This video is about where you are compared to where you could be if you engage on your weight loss journey. I was never angry at myself for letting myself become overweight or depressed or frustrated or angry or building up comfort zones around the fear of rejection, to keep from taking the action of correcting my health. I was more angry and frustrated at the things that I allowed myself to believe about myself, and those were the opinions of other people. And somehow getting it in my head that it was okay to strive to live up to those expectations that other people have of you. And in doing so, we put on the back burner the things that we want to achieve, the desires that we have, the goals that we have for ourselves, because we construct that new comfort zone of the things of basically the rejection of what we truly want to do with our lives and of ourselves, and we feel the need to seek approval from other people who don't really matter that much, or they don't really care that much, and they'll tell you so that they really don't care that much, but still there's that need that you have to please and live up to their expectations of what they desire for you in your life. One thing I can say about the weight loss journey is that time will pass whether you engage in your weight loss journey or not. So whether you're deciding to do a weight loss journey because you finally got to the point where you're being sick and tired, or maybe you got a diagnosis saying that you needed to lose this amount of weight and you're looking at this type of surgery or this type of medication or whatever it may be, whatever thing that may prompt you to the weight loss journey, time will pass. And whether you engage or not, you have to face yourself in the mirror. You have to look at yourself. And you can either be at that place of 6 months from now saying that you're happy that you made this change and you never envisioned yourself doing the things that you're doing, and you're having success and you're seeing these changes come and you're making those healthier alternative and those healthier choices in the foods you eat and the activities that you choose to engage in and the things that you choose to allow inside of your boundaries and communicate with and think about. Or you can still be at that point of running through that same loop of putting your wealth and putting your health and your wealth and everything that you care about on the back burner, saying you will get around to it. It was something that I did for the longest time, treating it as something that I'll get around to. And every so many months, there's always that talk that you have with yourself, or you hate that you haven't done this, that you hate that you haven't pursued this, you hate that you feel that you need validation from things outside of yourself to accomplish the things that you want to do or start to do the things that you want to do. So time will pass in either, format. It is simply the choice is which route would you choose. Like, will you choose to take action, or will you choose to sit back and, think that something magical is going to happen? Because it's not. The only magical thing that will happen is you making a decision to start. And that is the hardest decision. And all that is just you arriving to the point of saying that you're tired of this loop that you're living through, and you're going to try something new. And you trying to something new, you don't mind failure because you know that you have to fail to learn and to get better and to improve on the things that you're doing. And once you accept that, you can make the decision to start a weight loss journey and engage in a weight loss journey. And it doesn't matter if you fall off and binge for a while, or if you miss a workout or any of these things. You know that the overall goal is you becoming healthier, and you know you're going to have slip-ups along the way, and you know that those slips are required for you to become better. So when I started my weight loss journey, I was going through, my whole life I was overweight. I was a bigger child. And it stayed that way. I was always the biggest person in the room and all these different other places, And even when I, was working out in the gym, which is now coming on close to 10 years, I've been going to the gym that I've been frequenting, now. And, when I walk into the gym now, after losing over 140 pounds, there are people who feel inspired when I come into the room. There are people who saw where I started, saw me go through all those years of not losing weight, and then deciding to lock in on my nutrition, and they see it. They see it because they saw years where I worked out and there was no improvement. I gained weight instead of losing weight. And they saw me, lose weight, and, it inspires them to start on their journey. But I didn't do the losing weight to inspire other people. I did it to, build strength and resolve in myself. I had no self-value. I had no self-worth. I was living up to everybody else's expectations. And, I got tired of feeling sorry for myself. I got tired of seeking validation from other people. I got tired of other people, talking about me as if they knew me and knew my goals and the things that I desired to do with my life. And I decided to change and be me, be my real self. And I was done being somebody who was angry and, and being frustrated and, responding out of anger and reaction and all those things. I decided to be a person who's proactive and go out and do the things that I wanted to do. I decided to live as the person that I wanted to be starting during that time, and going through that weight loss journey, it will test you. It will test your consistency. It will test your discipline. It will test your resolve. It will test your awareness to see if this is what you really want. And when you pass each of those tests, you are laying those bricks of that foundation to become that person, or to actually be that person that you see yourself, or that you wrote down that you wanted to become. And I would say that the weight loss journey, the hardest decision was to start. And the hardest point in the weight loss journey is the first month. Because you're setting up all the, you're getting all the resources together so that you can make the journey. You're building up your toolkit for every obstacle that may come up and how you will resolve them. But those are the only two things that are difficult about the weight loss journey. Other than that, it's very simple. And when you've been on that journey for at least 5 or 6 months, it becomes easy. And then you can find more confidence in yourself, and you can say that, all these things that the other people were saying about losing weight, where they would sit there and shout at a person about, losing weight, saying that it's simple and all those things, it finally kind of becomes that simple and easy for you. But yelling at a person when they're getting to that point and making that decision really doesn't work, because we don't see it as when we first start as counting calories and, the exercising and those things. It's all mental. Like I said before, this journey is a very mental journey. Mental in the way that we look at food, we look at exercises, but mostly the way that we look at ourselves and treat ourselves, and how we value ourselves and place self-worth in ourselves. And when you have that low self-worth and self-esteem, you begin to twist the way that you look at your relationship towards foods and people and the things around you in your environment. And when you become more healthier, you begin to see things for what they are, and how to properly put things in perspective, and how to properly construct a boundary for yourself, and not so much of a comfort zone restricting you from engaging in the things that you want to do. So I just wanted to give you guys this video just to talk about where you are versus where you could be when you engage on a weight loss journey. You can make those small steps, and that's all it takes, just small steps. You can, go out and walk for about 3 to 5 minutes, 2 times a week. Then, you want to challenge yourself, do 3 times a week, or increase the distance that you walk. And, just take it from there. Just take everything slow steps. And I promise you, you will notice the difference in your body and your mind and in your spirit as you do so. But it's about where you are now versus where you could be. Don't sit there and be frustrated. Don't sit there and just react and seek other people's validation and approval of you, and what you should be and who you should be and how you should act, and this is how you should act, and this is how you should dress, or whatever it may be. And give yourself, start instilling some of that value and that worth in yourself, that self-esteem in yourself. It's about getting that confidence back in yourself, because you are worthy and you are valuable and you are unique. You are special. You're here for a reason. And you have people that you're here to help and to teach, instruct, and help, and be a part of a team that make a change in this world for the better, for the positive. So you can have that, but it all requires you to get to the point of you making that decision that you are worth it, that you are valuable to yourself, and you believe you are special. If you don't believe any of those things, then engaging on a weight loss journey will be one of those journeys where people lose weight and then gain the weight back. You want to lose the weight and you want to keep it off, or you want to lose the weight and you want to get to a point where you're at a maintainable weight where you're comfortable with. And if you choose to go, change your body much further, then you can do that. But you have to build that worth and that esteem and all of that in you, in your mind first, before you decide to make that decision to start, commit, and finish a weight loss journey. All right. I like I said before, I offer free coaching on YouTube. You guys can tune in. Is I do it every week. I do free coaching lessons and do a follow up. I also have coaching on my Patreon. I also have other products when it comes to bodybuilding and powerlifting and strength training on my Gumroad page. I will have all those listed in the description. All right, peace.